Okay, mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 2. Mic check, mic check. Okay, mic check 1 2. What happened to music? Oh, you can still hear. Okay. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Let me turn this as you can see, we got some nice new streaming stuff here. Yeah, what's up, guys? Oh man, what happened to the color correction? Hold on, my camera's like all messed up. I mean, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. We'll just go with it. I don't feel like messing with it right now. I already did a whole bunch of stuff. So, all right, let's just get right into it. I'm Expo Heathi, musician, artist, farmer, Web3 and Web2 developer too. I'm mostly working in Web3 lately. I'm doing a lot of stuff, trying to build different programs and things to help people out, especially with this here, Web3Webs. Is a free self-guided course that you can go through yourself at any time to learn about Web3. I am updating it constantly, and of course, if anybody else would like to add things to it that they may see are missing or whatnot, because of course it's not an all-encompassing course. It doesn't have every single thing in there because there's a lot of information with it, Web3. So I'm doing the best that I can to keep it updated and add stuff constantly. But of course, this is a free thing, so I can't put as much time as I would to the other things that are bringing in money, right? So I do appreciate people who are coming through, and since this is free, I appreciate you liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing this out with some friends, leaving some comments, and, helping it that way, because this is a lot of work for me. I'm doing a lot of different things, so I would appreciate the help with that. And coming up, we have something that I'm in the works with for the Digital Food Project, another event to raise funds for our next donation. The Puerto Rican Parade or Festival is actually coming up in about 30 days, and I really would like to give a donation to the people who are going to be displaced because of the festival. And coming from me, I'm Boricua, right? So I understand, yeah, we need to have our own party and festival to celebrate our people. But the unfortunate part is that they actually kick out many people from who are living in Humboldt Park because they're homeless, right? And there's a huge homeless population in Humboldt Park, one of the largest actually in Chicago. So it's nice that they get to celebrate and everything. But man, all these people are displaced. Many of them have disabilities or are elderly, so it's hard for them to get around. And you'll even see that in some of the videos where I'm donating to them. So it's got a nice side, but it's also got the bad side too. So I'm going to try and help out those people at least a little bit. So we're going to try and raise some funds for that. Now, that's a whole nother thing. You can check that out in your own time. Go look up Phygital Food. That's PHYGITAL Food. You can find that anywhere. And yeah, so we're going to go into this now. I didn't do market updates in the last 2 streams. I realize that now. I forgot last time as well. But if you have been paying attention, in the comment section of the videos, I've been putting the market updates, or in the X app, I've been making posts about stuff. Excuse me, I just ate, but I've been making posts about stuff. So If I forget to say something, I'll probably be putting it up in the comments or on the X app, so you can go and find stuff there. Because I don't really have anybody here commenting and sharing stuff with me right now. So until we get to that point, I'm gonna have to try and remember everything. I write stuff down too, but it just, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just talking too much, and then we get past the time, so I have to end it. But all right, we're gonna move on forward. Remember, you can find this on your own too, so you can go along with me at your own pace. You can go to Web3Webs.page and you'll find everything there. Again, this is completely free. No sign up required, no credit card required, none of that crap. You literally just go to the page and it's all there for you to learn. So let's go ahead with that. Oops. Alright. So we already went through step 1 in the past videos, and we are now almost done with step 2. So you just click on that and it takes you right to it. Oh, my screen is freezing. Hold on. What happened? Yeah, 1 second. Okay, it was the music. Okay. But yeah, so we are in Web3 and blockchain, this presentation. I'm going to be adding more stuff into this. I'm actually editing and adding some more stuff right now, so I'll add the updates in there soon. But again, this is something I'm doing for free, so I can't put as much time as I would like into it. At least not now. Because we're in the middle of summer too, where I got all these plants and stuff. I gotta go actually take care of the plants right after this. So, alright. We finished up the first 2 modules and we're about to finish the 3rd one here. Let me scroll down a bit. Oops. Okay, I think that's good. So we were on roll-ups. We finished roll-ups already, talking about ZK roll-ups and optimistic roll-ups, the difference between the two, and why I feel that ZK roll-ups are the better of the two. And I believe there is also another one. I still haven't gone and found that, but again, I'm doing my research and adding stuff in. So if anybody actually knows, feel free to drop it in the comments, and I can add it in there. Merkle tree. Now, I wanted to stop on the last one before we got to this part, because this is actually a pretty complex topic or subject. Even I still barely understand it, and as you can see here, watch. So a more advanced blockchain concept, but it may come up as you continue in this space. Even the blockchain developers still have a loose understanding of what exactly a Merkle tree is, but the best way to explain it in simple terms would be a Merkle tree sums up all the transactions or hashes, because remember, all these transactions are creating hashes, these strings of numbers and letters that signify what's the data within the transaction. And then they're all transactions hashes in a block by generating a digital fingerprint, letting the user check whether a transaction is included in a block. It also eliminates the need for a blockchain to store the entire block history, which would take a lot of time and space to process. So it's basically simplifying it further, even more now. Remember, we had all that transaction data: time, date, amount, name, not name, sometimes, usually not name. Whatever information is included within the data of the NFT or whatever the transaction is on the blockchain. It's going to then simplify it into a string of letters and numbers known as a hash code, and then it's going to further simplify it into these Merkle trees, those hash codes, right? So it's like a hash within a hash almost, if you think about it, right? But the Merkle tree itself is it's hard to explain. So okay, a Merkle tree sums up all the transactions of the hashes, right? Think of it that way. That's the best way, right there. That line. And yeah, it's to store the entire blockchain history, which would take a lot of time and space to process, just storing it in a smaller amount, summing it down. Now, Merkle roots, this is how it does that. A Merkle root is the final summation of the hashes within the Merkle tree. Remember, so simplifying it, right? And it's going to simplify it all the way down to this Merkle root. Example, if you have 4 hashes, right? So 4 different transactions that have been run, hash A, B, C, and D. The Merkle tree would pair them as A, B, and C, D, whereas the final Merkle root would be A, B, C, D, right? So it's pairing them all the way up until they're eventually all one, and then it's just one block of data. This is a very simplified explanation, but it helps to grasp the concept, right? Super simplified. It's definitely a lot more complex than that when I was reading into it. Like, it's just a whole entire thing. But this is the best that I could sum it down and make it easier to understand without confusing people, because if I go on a whole long thing about Merkle roots, I'm gonna lose people, right? So I just got it there. Just know that it's a concept that exists, and if you want to learn more about it, you can do research on it, right? Because that's always the best thing too. Even though you're seeing stuff here, remember you should be doing your own research too to find more information. So how can they help, right? How can blockchain and all this stuff actually help? Because a lot of times I hear from people now, especially since the bear market came and the crash and everything, right? People are saying, "Oh, what's the use of this stuff? It's unnecessary," right? That I keep seeing people say that. But the thing is, it has a lot of use case, especially if you are in tech. You understand that there's a need for immutability, for data security, that is decentralized, because centralized systems are highly capable, highly susceptible to attack. So how can they help? Having an immutable record of transactions that is distributed across a public network and a three-dimensional internet where we own our own data are all useful in many ways, right? The three-dimensional stuff is talking about spatial computing and whatnot, because we need higher processing computers and servers, and a lot of these are actually using blockchain as well to process their transactions. So that's what I mean with the three-dimensional internet, the three-dimensional spaces that you can travel through on the websites. Now, it eliminates double spending when a charge is made multiple times to an account. And this is something that often happens for businesses, right? Especially chargebacks too. Eliminates chargebacks when vendors are charged or failed fiat transactions. That's a huge one. Basically, if you have a business, right? Let's say you have a Square card reader or something like that, or a Visa reader, right? You own a business and you're taking some credit cards or debit cards as payment. If somebody's card charged back or the transaction fails, you actually still pay the fee from that transaction, because you're the vendor, you ran the transaction, you processed it. It doesn't matter if it went through or not. So whether you got your funds or not, you're still having to pay these fees. And that does not happen with blockchain, because the transaction would never have gone through in the first place. Now, payments that need to be verified can be done quickly and easily, and this is very true too. You can at any time go onto a blockchain crawler website. Basically, it's a website that goes through the data of the blockchain and puts it in an easy to read format. They exist out there, right? And you can go and easily read the transactions, see exactly what happened from every single step of the way of the blockchain. And I like that too, because that's, again, we talked about Digital Food Project. When we get our donations and stuff through the blockchain and we get NFTs sold and the crypto comes to us, all of that's on the blockchain. People can read all that data. We go a step further and we even share our Cash App data and stuff like that too. But, with blockchain it's even easier because it's just there. Now, payments that need to be verified can be done quickly and easily, and that's true too. Storage and verification of information. So like payments that need to be verified, basically when you run a transaction on your wallet, you have to hit approve. You can't just, like, there's really not many cases where automatic transactions go through. Very, very rare, if at all. And that's a huge thing too, because you don't want transactions going through that you don't know, right? That you're not cognizant of. All right. Storage and verification of information. Huge. Storage and verification of information. I talked about that earlier. That is a huge thing because, right, we've all seen, oh, so and so company's database got, Google's database got breached, and millions of emails are now in the dark web. Credit card information is now in the dark web, right? All this kind of stuff. You see it multiple times happening from all these different companies, Amazon, Google, whatever it is, these big companies that hold large amounts of customer data in one centralized location. And then a hacker, because there's lots of hackers out there and they're very good, can get into those systems and get all of that data in one go. They don't have to go to millions of computers because it's all right there. So that it just doesn't work very well that way. So we have to have some type of security. Of course, there's cybersecurity, right? The firewalls and all the kind of stuff that you do, but it's nothing compared to blockchain. I mean, there is some others. For example, hash graph technology. That's another one that's similar to blockchain, but we'll get into that later. Right now, we're talking about blockchain. So, also implementation of contract agreements. A lot of people think that just because, oh, it's an NFT, it's not a legally binding contract, right? It's a smart contract. That's not the case for a lot of them. So with NFTs that do include usage agreements, copyright statements, different things like that within the data of the NFT, they actually can be legally binding agreements, especially in mortgages, right? Mortgages are being put on the blockchain now. I've seen Bitcoin mortgages. So when that happens, you don't think that those are legally binding? They are, right? So that's another part of it too, because now everything is on the blockchain. There's no papers that you have to keep and make sure that never get destroyed. You don't have to worry about, oh, is the company changing what they're saying, but we can't really say anything. No, it's there on the blockchain. Nobody can change it. It's there. All right. Allows for more lifelike experiences in the digital world. Life is not 2D, right? We're talking about the 3D metaverse and all that stuff. That definitely, spatial computing, right? All that definitely does add to the experience of being on the internet. Closing thoughts, and I said this before, in the previous ones too. Using these technologies, we can continue to build a more secure, more decentralized, three-dimensional internet where we can have similar experiences to the ones we have in life, and even sometimes improve them. It is not a replacement for the interaction, but rather a way to help encourage it and create ways for us to work better together. Right, so it's not supposed to eliminate meeting with other people and going to events, right? And just getting rid of human interaction because, oh, and everything is automatic, we don't have to talk to each other. No, that's not what it's about. It's about cutting out all of the time that it takes to do this extra stuff, so now we have more time to actually spend with the people we love and the things we want to do, and right, the things we want to do. So because these presentations are free, it is my hope that you will continue to share them for free and not charge others for the information you learned here. I have seen, like I've mentioned before, many people selling courses about Web3 and how to make an NFT. Like I'm not even kidding you. I saw and talked to someone who was selling a course on how to make NFTs for $2,000. That's right. $2,000. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. No, 4,000 because it was 2 Ethereum. So at the time, Ethereum was about $2,000. That's why I said 2,000. It was actually about 4,000 because there was 2 Ethereum. Or 2 Ethereum. Like, guys, you're really gonna pay that much money thinking that, oh, they're gonna give me some type of magic sauce that is gonna make me a millionaire when I sell these NFTs? Like, no, the majority of those people still didn't make any money. The only real way, for that to happen is if you have a good product, you have a good team, and you really deliver. Because in the past, like early on when the crypto and NFT craze was really starting, there were some cases that happened where people just made, for lack of a better word, bullshit, and made a lot of money off of it. But looking back now, many of those people have buyer's remorse. They are like, oh my gosh, why did I spend all this money on these stupid pictures that literally do nothing, have no meaning, and the artist or whoever it was has run away now with the money? What? you know, why would you keep getting into that? It doesn't make sense. So I don't understand why usually the first thing that people try to introduce others to who are new to this, they try to introduce them with the meme coins and the PFP NFTs, right? All these different things that are just kind of like what's the word for it? They're memey, right? They're just like not really structured businesses that are actually building something within the technology of the space. They're just here to try and speculate and hope, give you the hope that you're going to make profit. So really try and find projects that are actually building stuff in this space and invest in those. Don't just jump into guinea cat or whatever it is, right? I heard was the last one that somebody told me. Yeah, maybe it will go up and go to $1 billion market cap or whatever it is. Maybe it will. But do you think that the majority of the people who purchase guinea cat are going to make millions of dollars? No, that's not how it works. It's not how it works. So don't get fooled with the hype. Don't listen to the wag me, right? That we're all gonna make it, all this kind of stuff. Build something solid. Build something that you can be proud of, that you enjoy, that you feel others will enjoy, and focus on that. Don't try and just jump into this and make anything just because you think you're gonna make some money off of it. Because now, especially since the market's been saturated, most people aren't really making any money like that anyways. Now it's coming down to who actually has the best products, the best services, all the different things that people are looking for in this space to actually be top level. So I think that was pretty good. We can kind of wrap it up there. We're just at about 30 minutes for the stream, so I think that works out. I'm gonna be going and working on some plants because I have a lot of work to do over there. I gotta put some seedlings into containers, move some stuff outside, clean up a little bit more, whole lot of stuff. So I might be live streaming over on my TikTok because I can't live stream from here now anymore on Streamlabs. For some reason, TikTok removed my access from here. I don't know, man. TikTok has really been giving me some troubles. That's why I'm focusing more on here lately. So if you want, you can go follow me at Exbohiti Brands, like my brands, right? All the different brands that I have. Exbohiti Brands on TikTok, and you can hang out and see. It's going to be also on, I think, I'll be streaming on both my TikToks, Exbohiti Brands and SDLA Farm. So SDLA Farm is the other one, right? The plants and seeds and all the different stuff. You can find all that at sdla.farm. But all right, we're going to keep on going here and get that done. So I'll see y'all Monday, right? Today's Friday. I got to fix my lighting too. I got to fix that. So today's Friday, so we're going to be back Monday. We'll see you then Monday, 3 p.m. Central Time. About, obviously, started a little bit late today, but it's because I had to eat lunch and everything. And I still got it done, though, so hey. All right. See you around, folks. Take care. Have a great week.